Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We've got an unbelievably packed episode for you with 4 decks, custom cards, 2 new challenges, We Vote Wednesday, your questions, and so much more. But today is a special day, dear viewers, especially loyal subscribers who've been here for so long and done so much to help our channel grow. We're almost at 10,000. In our first year. Today is our 1-year anniversary of the Snap Take videos. That is 1 complete year where we have never missed a scheduled video. Every upload that's scheduled has absolutely happened. So, hey, I think that's pretty cool. I love all of you for the support. Thank you so much. In addition, I'm going to ask a favor request to my loyal viewers, loyal subscribers. New subscribers, I'll talk to you in a little bit. But loyal friends, please make sure you watch the whole video. If you're too busy to watch the whole video, watching on greater speed is totally fine. If you're too busy to watch the whole video, please do me a favor and let the video play out. We're trying to up our watch time. Our watch time is a little low for a channel of our size. I understand the videos are long, but please do your best to help us grow watch time. I asked this yesterday, and we freaking doubled our watch time on yesterday's video because you guys are absolutely amazing. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, you are all amazing. Please, let's keep that going. Let's watch longer. All right, our 4 decks. We've got Zal Snap. Zal built my favorite Hope deck right away. I love this deck. I'm seeing a lot of people doing really similar things with Hope. Zal came up with an original take. I played it. I love it. I only played it for like 3 games. I'm short on time today, but I love it. I'm a big fan. I'll tell you why I'm short on time later, I promise. At that point, we're going to do our giveaway and questions of the day. We're giving away 1,000,000 season passes. Find out how you can win after the first deck. Then the GOAT, the best player in Marvel Snap, Lamby, has a new deck. He finally likes discard. Let's look at what Lamby's doing with discard, talk about the deck, and what Lamby's advice is for it. Then we'll do our Drewberry Custom Card Challenge winners and 2 new challenges. We're doing one in concert with both Drewberry and Patron. Then we've got BBAK, who finished #1 on the Infinite Leaderboard this past season, posted his deck. So we're going to take a look at his deck, and I'll tell you what, if you gave me 100 guesses, I would have never guessed what this Infinite #1 deck is. We'll talk about We Vote Wednesday, where you tell us what deck. And then Min just casually dropped by and made my favorite move deck. I know we shared that Shuri and Jory one last week. I like this one even more. We'll end as always with shop and shoutouts. Our first deck is Zal Snap's Hope is a Good Thing. I named it that. Let me know what movie that is if you know in the comments, by the way. Actually, let's step that up a little bit. In order to be eligible to win the giveaway for this particular video, you have to name that movie. Once someone names it, everyone else is going to know it, but fine, so be it. Don't cheat. Okay, so this deck is brilliant. Basically, Hope Summers means that if you play a Moon Girl Honor on turn 4, or you play her with Wasp on turn 3, you can just go completely off. You can go completely freaking insane. If you go Moon Girl after Hope, you can pass and have 2 free She-Hulks. In addition to free She-Hulks, you can drop 2 free She-Hulks along with 2 Hit Monkeys, and that's just like complete freaking insanity. You can also do a Moon Girl, a Hope into Wasp into Sarah thing, and at that point a Moon Girl is completely insane on turn 5, and you have 2 turns to go completely off with your Mysterios, with your Hit Monkeys, and so on. I think that that's absolutely wild. That's absolutely insanely powerful. You're going to grow your Sunspot like crazy. You're not abusing Hope, you're just using Hope fairly in order to take a huge advantage in the match. I think this deck is, again, absolutely stellar. You even have a little bit of tech. You have armor to not only protect your stuff, but mess with opponent destroy, and you have Shadow King, because a lot of people are playing some Scalers finally, now that Hope is back. So this is just a absolute thing of beauty. This deck is so cool. Alright, so you need Hit Monkey, and this is built for Hope. If you'd like to check out our friend Zal Snap, Zal is going to be on the podcast this coming week. We'll be recording tomorrow night. And Zal you can find on youtube.com/@ZalSnap, so check him out. Alright, so I don't promise this is good. It doesn't have enough of a sample. Hope's only been out for a few hours as of recording, but I personally think that this deck is really great. So turn 1, use Sunspot. Turn 2, Quinjet over Armor, and obviously you can play Quinjet on 1 if you don't have Sunspot. I don't like Shadow King early, and I'm telling you, I am debating Scarlet Witch for Armor. I'm all in on Scarlet Witch after yesterday's Ika deck. If you missed that, check it out. Turn 3, Hope with Wasp if you have Sarah in hand. If not, just Hope, and then Bishop. Turn 4 is Moon Girl is generally better than Bishop, is better than extra stuff from earlier, and obviously if you played Wasp, you're playing Sarah here. Turn 5 is usually pass if you have She-Hulk in hand, and then you're going to double She-Hulk on the last turn. If not, you're going to Sarah on turn 5, and then you can just go off with Sarah, because you still have a Sarah Hitmonkey board of insanity. This deck is, again, so good, so strong, and so much fun. Let's do our quick hip count, and then we'll move on to our next segment. We've got the Wasp, we've got Sunspot, we've got Arbor, Mysterio, Bishop, Hitmonkey, Sarah. That's 7 hips. You love to see it. I also put the Hope Season Pass variant, because I bought the Season Pass. I'm going to finish the Season Pass unless something terrible happens. So I like the variant better than the base one, so I'm going to put it in my decks for now for the channel. All right, we're giving away a bajillion season passes. If you would like to win a free season pass, we're going to announce the first chunk of winners, I'm hoping tomorrow. But the whole winners will be announced in Sunday's video. This coming Sunday's video will be a huge one. We're going to announce a million winners for all of the different giveaways. All right, so from the 226 video, that's the beginning of last week, until Friday 3/8, that's this coming Friday, every video carries a season pass. As long as you're subscribed, you like, you comment, you are entered to win. We give away more season passes than anyone, and whenever we hit a new milestone, we hit 9,000 subs last month, whenever we hit a new milestone, we step that giveaway up even further. We're giving away all those season passes. We also have 5 more on Twitter. Check us out at SnapJudgeCast, the pinned tweet. It'll tell you what to do. You do what it says, you're entered to win 5 more season passes. And again, more to come. So don't worry about it if you don't win this round. You still have plenty of chances. If you would like some more chances, in the description to this video and the video every day is a giveaway sheet of every active giveaway in Marvel Snap. Thanks to our friend Banshee. That giveaway sheet directs you to a bunch of creators who are doing great giveaways that you can enjoy their content and hopefully get some free stuff in the process. Hopefully I've given you enough reasons to subscribe, dear new friends. So hit that button, watch the whole video. We do this every day. You won't regret it. Questions of the day. Almost Anonymous asks if it's easier to get Infinite the first week of the season due to all the bots. And straight up, I don't know. I don't know if bots go away later in the season. I hit Infinite around the first week of the season, basically every time. I used to hit Infinite later. It didn't feel particularly harder. It's just a matter of having free time. Longtime viewers know that free time is not my best friend. I think it's probably easier because of the bots early, but it's also in some ways harder because when you're playing real people, you're playing real people who tend to hit Infinite pretty quickly. So the real people you're playing tend to be better. So I'd assume it's a little easier, but not significantly easier. Charlie T. Oliver wants to know the most fun card in Snap, and Kitty Pryde. It's pretty clearly Kitty Pryde for me. I think Kitty Pryde is an absolute blast and joy to play. I miss her greatly. She was one of my very favorite cards, and I think Hitmonkey is right up there. I think Hitmonkey is the dumbest character probably in the whole game, but it is an amazingly fun card. That's, I mean, not as good as when it was a 2-0, but still a blast to play. Bounce is my favorite. Damn Your Fam asks what I'm planning to hit Infinite with. And, so, I don't know. I was originally going to hit Infinite with the Woodward Zoo deck that I featured at the beginning of last week, but then frickin' Phil deleted his decks. He deleted including that deck, and I don't want to hit Infinite with his deck if he deleted it. So I don't know. I've just been kind of screwing around. I played a little bit of Buddy Surfer. I played a little bit of Gunny's Big Dumb Idiots. I played a little bit of Zal's Hope. I'm sitting at rank 76. I climbed up immediately, and then I dropped, and then I climbed back. I don't know. I'm kind of screwing around still. Dear friends, one of my good friends in real life, Seth, if you happen to be watching, hi Seth, he just started playing Marvel Snap. Seth is in town from Michigan. I haven't seen him since well before COVID. We're going to go out to dinner and have a drink, so that'll be the end of my Marvel Snap for the night. Maybe I'll play drunk and lose whatever ranks I've gained, but whatever. And then I've got work in the morning, and then we've got a giant union rally tomorrow. See, I told you I'd tell you what was going on, why I was so busy. We've got a giant union rally that basically all of the local districts are coming to tomorrow in order to try and fix the New York State retirement system. So, like, we've got an absolute insane amount going on. We're working on a lot, and I will hit Infinite probably by Saturday or Sunday, just because that's what I do. But, like, what am I going to hit it with? Whatever I get on a roll with and I'm having fun with is honestly probably the true answer. All right, Lamby, for the first time, has said discard is good. And it's good in particular, the way he plays it is for Swarm. Swarm is the key card in this deck. You want to make sure you get Swarm, and then you want to make sure you get Swarm discarded and out of your hand. So you save your discard until you can draw Swarm anywhere up to turn 4 or 5, and then as long as you're getting your discard going at that point, you can get rid of Swarm, then play Swarm, play MODOK, and you should be able to win. Collector and Morbius both get plenty big. Your Collector easily gets to 7-8 power. Your Morbius gets even bigger than that. You have the free Proxima, and then you have a humongous Dracula that can usually solo a lane. If you can use Dracula to solo a lane, and then Morbius Collector nonsense elsewhere, then you're in pretty good shape. I think discard is in a really good spot. Lamby is going to mess with the Helicarrier stuff at some point, but for now, this has been really successful. I think it's really powerful. Straight up, this deck, I think, really wants Proxima. This version in particular wants Proxima, largely because you're saving your discards for so late. It's very likely that Proxima does something good for you. It also helps put you over the top in that solo Dracula lane, because if you only have 1 power there, Proxima often ends up there, and that like extra power helps make a like 20 power Apocalypse, a 27 power Apocalypse, which wins the lane pretty damn effectively. Corvus, however, does not feel important to me. You don't really care about ramping anything out. Occasionally, you want to do a last turn MODOK with either Morbius or Collector, and that's really the extent of Corvus's use. Silver Samurai or Gambit should be totally fine as replacements here for most of the time. The energy is, again, only really for last turn. Occasionally it's going to do something nice, but like, you've got Blade. I guess it could be Miek if you wanted it to be. I don't think Miek's is good. I want that extra discard outlet. So I think I'm going to stick with Silver Samurai and Gambit as my replacement suggestions. All right. So if Lamby likes discard, then discard is really good. I'm going to tell you another top player that's a friend of mine is really high on discard right now. Discard is really, really close to being there. It puts a lot of power in a lot of lanes and is not easily countered. So turn 1 when Blade when the target is right, which means when it's either Swarm or Apocalypse usually. Turn 2, Collector is generally better than Morbius. The reason Collector is better than Morbius is you can play Morbius later. You're never playing a discard unless you get Morbius out. And Collector needs to be on the board to get its effect, and Collector is not vulnerable to stuff like Rogue. On turn 2, you will happily Colleen if you have Swarm and not Blade, Collector, or Morbius. Turn 3, Corvus if it won't hit any of the following 4 cards: MODOK, Dracula, Morbius, or Collector. You're perfectly fine hitting anything else. If those 4 cards aren't in hand, drop Corvus just fine. That's generally better than Sif if Apocalypse is hand, and that's generally better than a 2. Try not to use too many discards before Swarm. You can wait until at least turn 4. Swarm is again a major key to the deck. Turn 4, Dracula is better than 2 2s. Turn 5, Dracula is better than basically any other combo of cards, especially if you have Apocalypse. And turn 6 is MODOK, and then if you played Corvus, you play other things too. Sometimes you get off a MODOK and Blade, and that's a really, really strong combo. Quick variant look, again, I love the look of hip decks because basically everything but Corvus and Proxima has a similar look. We have babies from MODOK and Morbius, then we have Hip Blade, Hip Collector, Hip Swarm, Hip Colleen, Hip Apocalypse, Hip Hellcow, Hip Dracula, and Hip Lady Sif for an 8 Sif deck. Thing of beauty. You'll love to see it. All right, so our Drewberry custom cards of the week. Every week we do a custom card challenge over on Drewberry's Discord. Drewberry is kind enough to give us a spot in his Discord to do it. The winners for the whole month get put into a drawing, and one of those winners of the Drewberry Custom Card Challenge gets a free season pass from me. So our keyword was viewer's choice, and our theme was viewer's choice, which means to me, I said, tell me your favorite character. Make a card of your favorite character. And hey, I probably should have said, don't make them totally busted, because there were so many I loved, but they were totally busted. I picked 2 of the most balanced that were characters that I thought were really cool and done well. If you'd like to participate, check out Drewberry's Discord, as always, just in the description to the video. And if you want to make your own custom card, use snaptracker.me/custom. All right, our first winner is Aang. Aang always starts in your hand, and it cycles through the 4 elements each turn. This is from Joyboy. I think this card is really cool, and the synergies are bounce and evolutionary, but let's look at what the 4 things do. I also like that it doesn't say can't repeat, so you can just go fire if you had bad luck, right? Like, I think that's cool. It happens. It fits the character. Aang is obviously from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which now has a live action on Netflix, and I'm trying to get my son to watch, but we got to finish X-Men, the X-Men animated series before X-Men 97 comes out. All right, so we've got air and water. Air, send a random 3 cost or less enemy card back to its deck. It costs 1 less. I think that's amazing. They get a benefit if they draw it again, in that it costs 1 less, but you also get to chuck it back to its deck at random. Like, this would have been amazing against Lockjaw, but like early against, say, Zabu, this is absolutely backbreaking. Just brilliant card. I love that design. I would happily play that card. Water, on reveal, give a card in your hand -1 cost and +1 power. Again, super great. Totally random card, so not abusable. But hey, so anything that gets a -1 cost and +1 power is usually going to be pretty damn good, especially in bounce if you can do that multiple times. Then we've got fire. Afflict a card in opponent's hand with -2 powers. Again, random card. You're just sort of shooting fire at it and keeping going. Love it. Really cool. And then last one is an ongoing. Your other cards here can't be destroyed. So if you're playing him in bounce with or with high evolutionary, you can protect your stuff, whether it be 1-drops or 6-drops, like a single lane all cost Kyera or a one-sided armor. But you better find it at the right time or it doesn't do any of that. Brilliant design, huge props, one of my favorite custom cards ever. Our other is Annabeth Chase. This is from the Percy Jackson series, and it's from Leo Chase the Mythmaster, who has won for the 2nd time. Congrats, Leo. So, 2-1, after each turn, give the top card of your deck power equal to your unspent energy this turn. Obvious synergy with High Evolutionary, She-Hulk, Sunspot Infinite, and Shaw decks, because giving extra power in any of those, it takes that unspent energy and gives it power, but you still have to play that other card, so that unspent energy is sort of becoming power, but you still have to spend that energy on the other card. So it's really, really cool design. I like this a lot. Annabeth Chase is a schemer, a plotter, a planner, and this fits in with that ability. It also might finally make Howard the Duck slightly playable, which, seems pretty damn cool. Here are some alt art, some variants for the card that I think are truly great. I think that this is awesome art. We even have the live action version from the recent Disney Plus show. I believe that's from the Disney Plus show. So again, super, super cool design. Props to Leo. They will be entered into the February, because this one started in February, into the February giveaway, and kicking off the March giveaway for our next Wednesday's video. Our keyword is going to be synergy with this season's cards, and it's to synergize with both Avengers and X-Men, so put your thinking caps on. And the theme is obviously Avengers versus X-Men. This is going to be due, as always, Monday, 3/11 at 8 p.m. on that Drewberry Discord. We're also doing something special. Next week, our podcast, Snap Judgments Podcast, has both the great Drewberry and Patron, both of my friends who do custom card challenges, on the podcast. So we are going to review your fixes for bad cards. Take bad cards that are currently in Marvel Snap and redesign them any way you choose. It could be a simple power buff, it could be a full power redesign. Take cards in Marvel Snap and redesign them. The winner of this custom card challenge, because it's all 3 of us, is, you guessed it, gonna get a free season pass. And if you got hope, then you'll get Baron Zemo next month for free. Cool. This is going to be due Wednesday, 3/13, because we record the podcast on Thursday, 3/14. Which is Pi Day, right? So make sure that you join Drewberry's Discord so you can participate in these, hopefully more chances to win, and share your creativity. You don't have to create the art yourself. It's just pulled from the internet and reshaped, and it's really not that hard, but their creativity is just through the roof for these, so I love them. All right, BBAK, hit number 1 with frickin' Mr. Negative. Yeah, it's not even like a fancy cool negative like Lens. This is your Mr. Negative, I run Jane, I run Null deck. Wow. 1, I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume BBAK is an absolute badass player who, more than being badass, has an insane amount of discipline. This version of Negative does have multiple win conditions. They are fairly simple. You get the Mr. Negative win condition, where you play things like your Iron Man and Mystique to win the game, or you play your Null and Zola to win the game, or you get your Wong Panther Zola. So there's enough ways to win that you're not dead in the water without Negative. But if you don't have Negative or Wong by 4, I'm pretty sure you're just dead in the water. So, run away. All right. Zabu or Ravonna can be Psylocke. You need at least 1, though. You need Null. And you could have given me 100 guesses for what was going to finish number 1 on the Infinite Leaderboard. And I'm telling you right now, I would absolutely never, ever, ever have guessed this deck. All right, so this is, again, number 1 in the February Infinite Leaderboard. Pulling ahead of our friend, who's an incredible player, FAK Crazy. I'm going to convince Crazy to send me that deck, and we'll talk about it soon. I want to make sure that I know what finished the season at number 2 as well. So turn 1, pass. Turn 2, Zebo Ravona. Turn 3, negative is better than Wong. Negative is better than Wong on 3 or 4. But those are your 3 and 4 plays. If you played Ravona, you can often just Iron Man on 4, and that gives you a chance of winning, because then you can do Iron Man Mystique shenanigans to get the win. If Wong, you will occasionally drop Ironheart on turn 4. I do not like Wong into Mystique in this deck because Ironheart's the only thing that really cares about that. Turn 5, Jane if you played negative, Panther if you played Wong, and turn 6 go off. Ideally, Shang, Null, and Zola go great, so does just Zola on Panther, or a combination of nonsense with Iron Man and Mystique, often works great with Ironheart, or Null and Mystique, which often works great with Shang. Cool. Mr. Negative, number 1 on Infinite Leaderboard. You got me. I would not have guessed it. All right, our hips here. We got Zebu, we got Ravona, we got Wong, Panther, Iron Man, Jane, Zola, Null. 8 hips, and we threw the nullified Shang to chill with his friend Null. Love it. All right, we vote Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we vote for a lesser played card to feature in a deck. I was convinced Quicksilver was going to win, then it didn't. So we featured Crystal in a deck that was great from our friend the Counter Guy on Monday. So this week, we're going to go Quicksilver, Squirrel Girl, Crossbones, and Adam Warlock. Which of these 4 cards do you want to see a deck from? Which of these 4 cards would you like to see a deck with? And it'll be covered over the weekend. I'm assuming it's going to be Monday's video, although occasionally these pop up on Friday. So let me know in the comments, along with hope is a good thing. Let me know which one of these cards you vote for. All right, we have our Min move. This is the last deck, and I know it feels like it's the least, but this is brilliant. Min is this self-proclaimed best move player in the world. But hey, I think he might be the best move brewer in the world, because this is absolutely stellar. It looks so complicated, and it's just not. The addition of Sarah into move is genuinely fantastic, and we'll talk about why as we go. This is a Hercules deck. Ghost Spider can be Nico or Bust. You can do this without Hercules. At which point you're just going to add like a Shang-Chi or a Miles Morales. I forgot Hercules was in the deck, I'm not going to lie. You do need Ghost Spider, though. Everything else is Series 3 or lower. I believe 2099 is now a Series 3 card, right? Someone check me if I'm wrong. This is an absolute beauty of a deck, and we'll talk about why in a minute. If you'd like to watch Min play it, and you can bug him into playing this with like an almost no prompting, he's on twitch.tv/Rito_in_disguise, and he'll teach you move. He is one of the better mentors in the game, and one of my good friends. All right, so this is crazy fun. I played this for, again, not a lot of games, not a lot of time today. So turn 1 is nothing, save your moves. Turn 2, Iron Fist if you have Vulture in hand, or Dagger right, or play Psylocke if you're going to try and jump into Herc. Turn 3 is Herc, Psylocke, or Vulture, depending on what you have. And you can Psylocke if you want 2099 to get rid of a threat like Zabu, or if you want to drop an early Sarah. Turn 5, Sarah, 2099, Hercules, or a move card. That and the combinations here are Vulture, Dagger plus Enabler, Fist, Ghost Spider, and Cloak. Save Doctor Strange. So turn 5 is go boom Sarah, or if you played Sarah earlier, you're going to drop a move in 2099 in one turn, or a bunch of move enabler stuff. See the last turn. Turn 6 is 6 drop if you didn't play Sarah, which is to say Heimdall or Magneto. Or if you have Sarah, just go completely off. And the fun way that Min told me you can go off is if you move Vulture once, it's now 9 power. If you can move Dagger once and it hit 3 cards, that's 9, and 2099 is 9. So if you can get 2 of those going, Doctor Strange is completely insane on the last turn, especially with Sarah out earlier. That one lane is going to pull Dagger or Vulture to get even bigger, and 2099 to kill an opponent's thing. That's a lane win, so at that point you just have to figure out how to win another lane with your remaining 5 energy. But if you have Sarah out, you know what else you can do with that remaining 5 energy? I know. It's cool, right? It's very cool. I agree. This deck is very fun, very, very powerful. I'm for it. I think you should play it. It's got a few fewer hips than you'd love to see, but it does have a bunch of combo cards. For example, we've got Psylocke, 2099, Sarah, Heimdall, Magneto, 5, not the best, but not terrible. And then we've got the Peach Momoko Ghost Spider to go with the Doctor Strange, the 1699, whatever it is, Dagger and Cloak, and then just, I don't know, Iron Fist. Actually, Iron Fist and Hercules don't go terribly together. And I have a couple Vultures. I got the Ring Cone earlier, like from a random, where was it? I don't know, from somewhere or other. I didn't buy it, but I got it, and it's in the Rain. I like the way Rain is animated, an animated card, so I decided to throw that one in here. Doesn't super fit the aesthetic, but neither does the one with the silly helmet. All right, my shop for the day. I'm not buying this Jean Grey. I keep almost buying this Jean Grey, but I don't know. There's not, like, I have the Baby Jean Grey, and I like it, and I have the Midnight Suns Jean Grey, and I like it, and I don't need a third of a card I don't play. People keep asking me how to fix Jean Grey, so why not randomly answer that now? I don't think you do. You can make her a 3/4, but you don't want her to be everywhere. If she's everywhere, she's going to get frustrating extremely fast, and she's probably better being a mid card. I don't buy Nazis. Fuck Red Skull. Also, hey, Flash, if you're still watching, I am going to answer your question about Red Skull and Zola at some point relatively soon. I bought a Green Goblin that's a Green Goblin that's actually like green, which is rare in Marvel Snap for some reason already, and I don't need a second, honestly, especially for 1200 gold. I don't spend money on pixels. I like this Spider-Man. Eventually, I feel like I'll open it at random. I like this Taskmaster, but I already have 4 Taskmasters. And then it says I bought this Venom, but I didn't. This Venom was my... I hit Infinite last season, and then I played 10 games quickly in order to get the like free mystery variant on the collection track. And I got the Venom that happens to be in my shop. So it says sold, but it ain't sold. Finally, it took me 4 Spotlight Caches to open Pixie. I get all the cards. I'm a content creator. I don't know if Pixie's good, but just what I do. But I got this Mobius and I got this Spider-Ham. I think the Mobius is cute. It's fine, I guess. I don't really love it. I have the hip, which is one of my favorite variants. I have the hip for Spider-Ham, but I like this one as much. This one looks amazing animated. The eyes in particular are absolutely phenomenal. All right, certain tiers of support on Patreon come with on-air thanks. We've got Abigail Giesland, Mandatory Burnout, Cables. Hey, Cables, thanks for all your help. DG Wingfield, Direwolf, LAB, the homie Fathor Newman, Good Dog Gamer, Inc., Jay Nevereat, JD McDonaldinho, Akela Platino, Kertix Lee, Koire, Doku, Philip Rakovich, Haplo, Kenny Loggins, Rob Silverman, Robert Rivern, The Bizza, Jay Bussy, X-Force V, Skippy G, Tommy Nyquist, Black Dahlia, The Great Kazoo, Newbie, Jessica Gamble, thank you. Models, Louis Antunes, Matt Conduit, Matt H, Mikey Hijinks, No Flex, Ocularis, Pretty Chill, Seamus, Spike Jones, Two Ties, The Pirate King, Tucker, The Homie Min, and The Goat, Gunny T. Thank you all so much. All right, this is what we do every day. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you hit that sub button. Hopefully you hit that like, hit that comment, participate in some of these giveaways, make some custom cards, play these decks. We got you covered for all things Marvel Snap. We're going to cover the 2 bundles that are in the shop tomorrow, I promise. So stay tuned for that. Much love, much appreciation. See you tomorrow. Peace.